Organic fertilizers produced from agricultural residues are intensively used as alternative to inorganic synthetic fertilizers. Considering that large amount of biodegradable wastes are also coming from markets and residences, there is a need to set up facilities near markets, trading posts, and residential areas that will convert those wastes into organic fertilizers or compost, which should be used by farmers. The government has multiple legal and regulatory instruments that facilitate the promotion of the use of organic fertilizers and in turn support the increase in adoption of organic farming practices nationwide. In 2000, Republic Act 9003, or the Philippine Ecological Solid Waste Management Act, was enacted and declared as a state policy on the use of environmentally sound methods that maximize the utilization of valuable resources and encourage resource conservation and recovery. Under Section 10 of the Act, the LGUs or local government units shall be primarily responsible for the implementation and enforcement of the provisions of the law within their respective jurisdictions. In more specific terms, the law emphasized the use of composting in combination with the source reduction and recycling components as a means to reduce a sufficient amount of solid waste disposed within the LGU jurisdictions. On the other hand, Republic Act 10068, or the Organic Agriculture Act, was enacted in 2010 to promote and develop organic agriculture in the Philippines. Some of the provisions of Republic Act 10068 are related with Republic Act 9003. The Organic Agriculture Act promotes and encourages the establishment of facilities, equipment, and processing plants that would accelerate the production and commercialization of organic fertilizers and other inputs. Furthermore, the law specified that the NOAB, as the policy-making body of the National Organic Agriculture Program, shall constantly devise and implement ways and means not only of producing organic fertilizers and other farm inputs and needs on and off the farm, but also of helping to alleviate the problems of industrial waste and community garbage disposal through appropriate methods of sorting, collecting, and composting. Moreover, appropriate advice will be given to local governments from the barangay to provincial level on the collection and disposal of garbage and waste in such a way as to provide raw materials for the production of organic fertilizer and other farm inputs. The Composting Facility for Biodegradable Waste, or CFBW, is composed of 1 unit rotary composter and 1 unit shredding machine. It is in line with the priority thrust of the National Organic Agriculture Program that complements and supports the Department of Agriculture's plans and programs to increase crop productivity through sustainable agriculture. One of the activities under the NOAP is the provision of composting facilities to farmers' associations and cooperatives, local government units, academe, and civil society organizations. While the production of organic fertilizers or composts from agricultural residues has been vigorously pursued by the BSWM, or the Bureau of Soils and Water Management, and their partner organizations since 2009, the use of market and residential wastes as a source of organic inputs was not given sufficient attention despite the enormous volume of biodegradable materials coming from them. Hence, there is a need to extend the provision of composting facilities to cover market and residential sources. The objectives are the following: assist rural farming and urban communities to improve their net income and reduce their production cost through the use of organic fertilizer compost produced from biodegradable market wastes. Strengthen the institutional capacity of LGUs to produce organic fertilizers or compost. Promote the extensive use of both organic fertilizers and biofertilizers in the production of rice, corn, high-value commercial crops such as fruits and vegetables, and other crops. The criteria for sites and beneficiaries are the following. For sites, sufficient volume of raw materials for composting such as vegetable trimmings, overly ripe fruits, and other biodegradable materials. Must have readily source of water. The proposed project site must be away from landfills or dump sites and flood-free. It must have an area of at least 200 square meters. And no peace and order problem. For the beneficiaries, the beneficiary is an active LGU which has formulated its city or municipal local technical committee on organic agriculture, must have an existing and operating material recovery facility, must be willing to provide counterpart labor, land, housing, and fencing for the composting facility, and must be willing to be trained and sustain compost production and its utilization, must assign a regular staff that will supervise the operation of the facility, and lastly, to submit report of quarterly compost production data to the BSWM or the Bureau of Soils and Water Management and the Department of Agriculture's Regional Field Office.